Okay, so I am Shahzad Shabbir. I am the second author of this research paper. The first author is Adnan Ayub. Unfortunately, he's not available today due to some official commitments. So I have the opportunity. So I am presenting on his behalf. Our third author is Dr. Farman Ali Khan. He's basically he was our supervisor in the master, and this research paper is basically from it is a part of the thesis of Adnan's master work. So let's start the presentation. Evaluation of two sides of the same coin. So the one side of the coin is basically that we are evaluating is learning management system, and the other is the outcome-based assessment. So how these things are related and how we have performed this evaluation. Let's dig in and see. So this is the outline of my presentation, starting with the motivation, related work, research questions, accreditation bodies. And as we have limited time, so I will skip this and go straight away to the motivation or the background. Uh, 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 that why we have conducted this research. So basically, the accreditation bodies are the authorities that permit some universities so that they can offer some program like education program like BS Computer Science or MS Computer Science or some degrees in IT, for example. So they also provide some objectives to that related to that programs as well, and some outcomes. And then they make these higher education institution accountable so that their degree programs are performing or giving that outcomes. So in Pakistan, we have for computer, we have the accreditation body that is called NCAC, and how their mechanism works that they ask the accreditation mechanism work that they ask the universities so that they maintain a hard folder or a physical folder for every student, and in this folder they have the profile of the student, and then they have some assessment details like quizzes, assignments, and some other educational activities that can be assessed. So they have all the details in that one folder. So by the end of an year, the accreditation team came to the university and they checked these folders randomly, and then they map their assessments with the objectives they have given, so that these objectives are achieved or not. And if they are not, the objectives are not achieved, they give some improvement suggestion. But like physically maintaining these record is a laborious or a tedious task. So our the aim of this research is to automate this process, and from physical to like to a software. So the software that we need for that was the learning management system, and then there are a lot of management systems. So we have evaluated some of them and find a feasible system where this accreditation process can be integrated. And then as we have that accreditation mandate, and we map it to the LMS, and basically at the end we have developed a plugin for an LMS that we have selected to automate this accreditation process. Now coming towards the related work that already done. So there was a research paper. They have like assessed some software tools for the accreditation, and they have categorized in three categories, that is continuous program improvement, learning management system, and content management system. So basically they have provided some strength or some weaknesses of these systems, so that accreditation process can be integrated through it or not. Like CPIs has by the limitations that that they do not provide the reports in a specific format, for example, or do not fulfill all the criteria and some of the CPIs are like not open source, they are expensive. And if you talk about the learning management system, so for example, if you talk about the Moodle or the Canvas, we don't have an accreditation system built in available in it. So we can import it, or we can integrate some CPIs in the form of APIs in learning management systems, and we can, but it also come with the limitations. So we have the possibility, but there are limitations. And similarly for the content management system, these are some like fixed type of content that are available to the students, and we don't have assessments or other things in that. So accreditation process is not like feasible in these systems, CMSs. Then there was another paper. They have also evaluated some tools. I'm not going into detail. We have specifically mentioned the strengths and the weaknesses in our paper because of the limitation of the time. So I will skip that slide and go into an interesting software that was actually related, very much related to our work, that was called Course and Student Management System, CSMS, that was developed by a university in the Saudi Arabia. And they have basically followed the criteria of ABET, that is accreditation body of engineering and technology USA, and they have some state of the art accreditation criteria or mechanism. And this software basically supports higher education institutions for addressing program and course assessment in a very good manner. But there was some limitation with this system, that this only meets ABET accreditation. So it was not generalized. It was very specific to the ABETs. And if you want to add some other things other than ABET, you cannot do it with that. And then there are customized for only a single institution, not customizable for other institution as well. And the last one, it was not compatible with the open source learning management system. So open source management systems are basically available to the all. So that was basically the limitation of this system. Now there is a summary of the research question or the research methodology that we have followed. So we have collected data of accreditation mandate and learning outcome assessments from accreditation bodies. And then as I told, that we have evaluated some open source learning management systems, so we can integrate that accreditation process. And we have like developed a mechanism for it. And if I talk specific about, we have developed a plugin at the end to for that accreditation process. So there is something more that I want to tell about the accreditation bodies. I have told that our main aim was to provide accreditation system for the NCAC Pakistan. And as I said, that ABET is a state of the art accreditation body. So they have almost the same features, like some different features, but the main difference between ABET and NCAC was the continuous program improvement. So as I have told, that NCAC team come to the university by the end of every year, and they evaluate, and if they find some lagging, then they provide guidelines for the improvement. But this is not the case in the ABET. ABET actually believe in the continuous program improvement, so they can check weekly or monthly or quarterly on any basis. And if they find that the program is not doing well to the objectives, so they can provide the guideline for the improvement. And as I have told about the course folder, so these are a few hard papers that are maintained in that folder, that is the course objective and content and the lecture content and the class attendance, and all these things are basically, so that is basically a library stocks, as I have told, for the teachers, and also for the accreditation bodies as well, to come and evaluate this uh, these folders. Now, as one of our thing was evaluation of the open learning management system. So we have evaluated these 7 learning management systems, and we have actually defined some features from the previous work or the research work that we need to integrate if we want to integrate an accreditation process in a learning management system. So these are some aspects that should be present in that learning management system. And then we have divided these features in 5 categories. All these, like for example, for general aspects, I have written 10. So it has some 10 features available. Sorry for that. So we have some 10 features available for that, and like these features are associated with every class, and it is available like there we have a limitation in the slide, so we cannot present the whole table. So I have summarized it, but it is available in the paper. So if someone interested, you can see that feature. So you can see that Moodle have qualified most of these features. So therefore we have selected Moodle. Something more about the Moodle, that like it has some 0.1 million registered and verified websites and 366 million users, and this is something that I have extracted a day or 2 days ago. So it is it has a large user base as well. Now, coming toward the methodology of the system, so you can see here that we have the faculty. They design the courses and they define the outcome based on the accreditation body's objectives that are provided to them. And then we have the LMS, which has the abilities of the course, assignment, quizzes, and then these things we call the direct assessments results and indirect assessments. So direct assessments are like quizzes and exams, and indirect assessments is like the participation in the classroom, or in the forums, or in the discussion boards. So on the base of these assessments, some evaluation reports are produced, and they are stored in the database, and that database is then available to the accreditation body, so they can perform the accreditation process. And I have talked about the continuous improvement program. So you can see that there is interface available for the faculty as well. So if they see that some outcome is not performing, or we are not getting some outcome, so they can see that that outcome is related to which course, and they can improve that course. A sort of continuous improvement can be done in this way. Now, coming towards the plugin that we have made, it is called a Moodle plugin for NCSE accreditation, MPNA. So this is basically the main page of when we install that plugin. So we have the reports section, and there we have the accreditation, and when we click on it, we have that few options available. So we can define a program and some objective related to that program, and then some outcomes related to that program, and then we can map these objectives to the outcomes. And like we have the program, so we have some courses related to that program. So as I am talking about the BS computer science, so we have introduction to computer science and object oriented programming. So these are some courses. So these courses are also mapped to the outcomes, and we generate the reports. So how this process works, so here you can see that we have a course, we have objectives. By clicking on this objective, we can add the objective, and then outcomes, and then we can map. So if we click on the objective, this is the interface. So we can write some objective and add it. Similarly, for the outcomes, we can write the outcome that are provided by the accreditation bodies and save it. So it will also be listed here. And then here is the mapping part. So you can see that we have the objective column. Here you can see that objective 1, 2, 3, and there is a question mark in front of every objective and the outcome. So if you hover the mouse at that question mark, you will see that what was that objective, and similarly the outcome. And then there are check boxes. So for example, objective 1 is related to outcome 2 and outcome 3. So we can check these boxes, both of these boxes. And now, as I have told, that we have some courses related to the program. So there are object-oriented programming is the course, and we can also map it to the outcomes. Like, for example, outcome 2 and outcome 3 are also related to this program, so we can check these boxes as well. So here is the database design. So these tables like courses, lesson, results, quiz, discussion, and workshop that are already provided by the Moodle, and we have like made these Maple table and the NCAC outcome tables. We have made these table, and then we have correlate them in the Moodle. So there is how the reports are generated. So you can see it is for the whole course. So the outcome 1 is like, for example, achieved 80%, so it means that it is doing good. But if for example the outcome would 20% or 30%, so the at any point the teacher or the faculty can see and see that the outcome is not performing well. So what they can do, they can redefine the course based on these reports. Now there is the assessment based on the courses. So you can see that the outcome, what is the aggregate or the average score of outcome 2 on the basis of outcome 2 and outcome 5. This is another way to see it. And then this is the interface for the accreditation bodies. So there they can see the course and different assignments, the highest marks, the lowest marks, the average, and then they have provided with the model solution. The model solution is basically a perfect solution for that quiz. So they can click on the highest and check with the model solution, and the lowest with the model solution, and see that if the marking is good or not. So on this is like accreditation process. Now same goes to it, and similarly there are some outcomes that are written at the end that are related to that course. So basically that was all our work. So we have developed uh, uh, a module that is a plugin that is called Moodle plugin for NCA accreditation. And basically it was to facilitate NCAC and facilitate the faculty, so they don't have to do that laborious task. In the future we want to deploy this plugin on a web server, and uh, do some usability study, and then provide the interface to the NCAC as well. So that is our future direction. So thank you so much.